In the competitive space of free-to-play FPS games, we're always looking for another one to enter the market and build a strong following. For a while, Shatterline was one of those games that wasn't big, but it did have a lot of promise. Developed by Fraglab, Shatterline was released into early access on September 8, 2022. The game featured both PvE and PvP game modes, giving new players options to try the game out whichever way they wish. Now, if this game is so great, why haven't more people heard about it, and why haven't I made a video about it until now? Well, it's because the only part of the game I enjoyed was the PvE. I did try the PvP a few times, but I was constantly placed into servers where players were stuttering around, and the lag feels worse when paired with the fast-paced gameplay. Until they could find a solution for the lag in PvP, I stayed away from playing it, and the PvE was also getting repetitive. I also wasn't really looking for a PvE experience at the time, so I don't really care to grind out that section of the game. And this is also why I don't have any Shatterline gameplay, so enjoy whatever game or games I put in the background. I was hoping that we would get some big announcements eventually and I could jump in then. And while we did get a big announcement, I have to say it's anything but positive. On June 15th, 2024, an announcement was made on the game's Steam page by Fraglab of the retirement and launch preparations for Shatterline, meaning they are closing down the early access version of the game on August 1st, 2024, and are preparing for a full launch. This announcement also included the end of monetization for the early access version, meaning all in-game purchases are disabled and the season pass will be free, as well as offering refunds for anyone who made a purchase within the last 15 days. On July 6, a Shatterline developer was a part of an AMA stream hosted by Board Network, announcing that Shatterline was partnered with a company called Faraway to integrate Web3 into Shatterline, which means NFTs will be a part of Shatterline. These NFTs are called HVMTL drones or heavy metal drones, and owners of this NFT will have a version of their drone assist them in Shatterline in the PvE mode. As far as this integration goes, the developers do not plan to have these drones affect the PvP side of the game at all, and will only be available for PvE. This AMA also announced the new Crypto Fantasy League of Sorts, where people can bet on pro players and streamers with crypto. Outside of the livestream AMA, these questions were recapped on the game's Reddit page. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to support the channel as we make our climb to 1,000 subscribers. Because of this integration with NFTs, this means that Shatterline will no longer be on the Steam online store and will be moving over to the Epic Games launcher instead. With this migration, the developers have noted that a full account migration will not be possible. So every item players have unlocked or purchased may not be coming with them to the Epic Store version. To make up for this, the developers have mentioned that players will have some options or rewards to choose from, but nothing that was specifically mentioned as of yet. This isn't that particularly surprising, and more so if this was a sudden decision the developers had made. However, that's not the case. Fraglabs admitted to being in talks with Faraway since 2022 to add Web3 elements into their game. When it comes to the Steam store, Valve had already banned the use of NFTs and cryptocurrency-based games back in October of 2021. The only reason why Shatterline did not include crypto sooner, according to them, was because it wasn't the right time. The developers wanted crypto in the game since at least 2022, knew that they would most likely get booted off the Steam page once they integrated it, but did not have any plans to include proper account transfers from Steam to Epic. They had 2 years to figure that out, and they still don't have a plan. I don't know how you plan to do something this big, and not think about these kind of problems that you have to resolve before following through. I understand hosting online games, especially free-to-play ones, are expensive, very demanding, and not easy to maintain. For one reason or another, people either did not know Shatterline existed, or they weren't interested with what the game offered. There's always a chance that the game can be revived with its official launch on Epic later this year, but I have my doubts. There is plenty to be concerned about with the crypto integration and how that can be abused inside or outside of the game. If you are someone who is interested in that, all I'll say is be very cautious with your information and always double check what websites and accounts you're signing into. By all means, I should be upset that this game is including NFTs and Web3, but I don't really care right now because I lost interest in the game a long time ago. I'm covering this story because I would have liked to see the game fix some of its issues, primarily with server stability, but that hasn't seemed to have been addressed after all this time. With the NFTs only affecting the PvE mode, there isn't too much cause for concern at this very moment. The question becomes if you can trust the developers to keep all the crypto integration on the PvE side of the game, and not have it creep into the PvP or ranked modes, or have PvE missions locked behind crypto. And since they're willing to pull the game off Steam and not have proper account transfer options, Let's just say my trust in Frag Labs isn't that great. For the crypto heads out there that stumble across this video, this is a problem a lot of gamers have with this kind of integration. The moment the core gameplay elements and more so PvP elements are affected by crypto is the moment many of us are not going to bother playing. And if developers are expecting gamers to purchase NFTs, most of them are not going to do it. The value of that NFT is based on a cryptocurrency first. The demand for that in-game item from players would be secondary. And after all, why pay more when you could get a similar item for less? Since it's also crypto and not cash, it's yet another currency to sign up for, purchase, and then buy whatever NFT it is they might want. NFTs and the flexibility they claim to have just isn't there. And there's nothing that stops a publisher from dropping assets from one game to another without NFTs. Case in point, Activision Blizzard did this by adding Diablo characters into Call of Duty. Since they own both IPs, they were able to do that and NFTs are not required. And while it may seem like a good deal to simply own an NFT and have development teams shove them into other games, it's not cost efficient to the publishers when they can just charge you $10 to $20 instead, which would normally end up being the cheaper option for customers and an easier purchase to make. Microtransactions in video games are just that potent, and it's one of the most reliable methods for video game publishers to earn a profit. If crypto is going to continue to wedge itself into video games, which I feel it probably will, I don't want to stop playing or supporting a game I really enjoy because of it. I'll probably spend less money on the game, and I'm not going to purchase any of the crypto elements. But so long as it doesn't change the PvP or ranked, I don't really have that much reason to be upset about it. When it comes to Shatterline, I had little interest in jumping back into the game, and now even less interest since it will no longer be on Steam. Crypto isn't going to be very attractive for core customers, so any kind of integration that does occur would have to be as hands-off as possible to what the game offers. I just don't really know how this kind of integration is going to revive a game that already has low player numbers. There's some other drama with this announcement, such as Big Fry asking for his in-game item to be removed from the game, and how Frag Labs has to show that this crypto integration is not a scam. I'm at a point where we'll see whether or not it works, but it's not what this game needs right now. I don't think Frag Labs is trying to scam their audience, but I do think they are desperate to grow their audience as soon as possible and in any way they can. And while I disagree with them choosing this method to try and grow an audience, I wish nothing but good luck for the developers, and I hope they can improve their game overall and provide a great free-to-play FPS experience that doesn't get tainted by this NFT integration. We'll have to see if they can market their game and not have it disappear again like it did during its run in early access. Let me know what you think about Shatterline. Have you even heard of this game, and are you willing to give it a try? I'm just going to leave it alone for the time being. Until next time, I'm Mr. Rain, and thanks for watching.